How to make my brother, 32M, understand he can't just walk into my 33F marital home. My husband, 35M, and I, 33F, moved close to my parents. And my brother, 32M, lives with them. Whenever we visit my family, we always call them when we are coming, and also tell them when we are in the driveway and/or knock the door, ring the bell. My husband has been frustrated lately because my parents and my brother have a spare key, and they use it to walk into our house. Most of the time they let us know they are coming, but that could be an arrival time of 15 minutes or several hours. And a few times, it has caught us off guard. My husband especially, where my mom has walked in while he was naked and searching for clothes in the dryer. Or the few times we have been stranded in the bathroom because we only had a towel to cover when they popped in. My brother told me he was stopping by after we had a disagreement yesterday. Basically, I told him I don't want to get involved in his love life as I want him to date without any interference from outside parties. Since he has a history of self-sabotage, he wanted to stop in, without telling me what the true reason was. But instead of knocking, he walked in. When I asked him if he could knock going forward, he walked out and drive off. How do I make him understand this is a boundary? I told him that this is a house rule and that we would like to have privacy. I called him and he told me he doesn't understand why he has to knock if he has a spare key. Edit. Someone pointed out it would be beneficial to add, both my brother and I are ND, neurodivergent. He is on a harder place on the spectrum socially than I am. And so he does really poorly with processing in social settings. While I had to learn, and also learn to mask better, he has a harder time understanding boundaries and that people aren't trying to attack him, etc. It's emotionally exhausting, but this is not the only example. Edit 2. Parents apologized for abusing the trust. We'll be giving back spare key. We are getting the programmable lock with codes, so we can issue them a special code when we need pet sitting or for emergencies. My brother got offended and drove off when I asked why he couldn't knock moving forward. I asked for the key back. He hasn't responded, so I am going NC with him and blocking him. I did let him know, before blocking him, he's welcome to come over and hang with my husband and my child, but that his key won't work and he will have to knock, and that I won't be communicating to him directly going forward. Change your locks and don't give them a spare key, though. End of story. No spare key for them. Sorry. You keep walking in, so no spare key for you. Not up for discussion. There's gotta be a family dynamics reason why you're trying to reason with this person rather than just changing your locks. No magic words to get a person who's not listening to you to listen. So then you change your locks and gray rock them. Good luck. You change the locks and explain that unfortunately that trust has been violated. Give the examples. The key isn't a free pass. Get a deadbolt, lock it when you are home. They don't need a key to your home. Change the locks. If you want someone to have a spare, choose a friend or neighbor you trust. Your family members have proven they cannot be trusted to have basic respect and courtesy. What if your Phil walked in on you naked? Different perspective. A. Changing the locks is your only sure bet to keep your family out of your marital home. Don't make excuses for your brother. Change the locks and don't give out the keys. Other posters have given you great ideas for what to tell your overreaching family. Take away his key, and if he has access to parents' key, take theirs away too. Stating a boundary is great, but it needs to be enforced. And put him on a timeout. No contact for X amount of time, and then he will be expected to sincerely apologize before agreeing to contact again. No more key for your brother though. YTF are you still letting these people have keys to your home? Change the freaking locks and set boundaries. If they show up uninvited, tell them to leave. Don't let them in. Don't apologize. This is ridiculous and you need to stop letting it happen. How about take away the key? They have expressed an inability to use it in a way that justifies them having it. Why do they have a key? That's not normal. At all. Ew. The only way you can get them to respect your boundaries is by enforcing them. And clearly, they have shown that nothing you say can enforce them. Take the key, and leave them knocking until they leave the house if they come over unannounced. Maybe that will teach them the meaning of a boundary. Get the key back and change locks. Your biggest mistake was giving them a spare key. Change your locks. Lol, just change your locks. Boom, problem solved. They can't cross a boundary if they are rendered incapable of doing so. Take away the keys. The easy answer is to change the locks. If they absolutely have to have a spare key for emergencies, then put a deadbolt with no outside-facing keyhole on all the external doors so you can lock them when you're home. But they'll still have access in an emergency when you're not. Change the locks. Don't give them a spare. Keep your doors locked when you're expecting company. Tell them you are doing this. Get the war over while it's little. Take the keys away. They are abusing the use of them. You need to tell your brother, Robert, that you and your husband, Raymond, have specific boundaries, and it would be nice if himself and your folks, Frank and Marie, actually respect them. If telling him isn't working, take the key, or change the locks, or put in a keypad that allows you to regulate who and when entry is granted. Have a door chain or inside lock for when you are home. Take away the key. No one I've ever given a spare key to has ever used it unless it was an emergency. This would be an absolutely not for me. Their keys should be for emergencies only. Change the locks. They obviously can't be trusted to have a spare key.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.